This week's color rescue is about a sofa that might be wrong. We've all taken possession of a piece of furniture, and at first we looked at it with one eye and thought, maybe you're an alien. Maybe you don't belong on this planet at all. Maybe I should ship you right back because you don't fit. Hi, I'm Maria Killam, decorator and color expert, and welcome back to my channel. This is the email that I received from my client this week. Maria, I found you after making an expensive upholstery color choice for my new sofa. I'm wondering if I should reupholster it. Before I found you in your world of undertones, I was unable to articulate what the problem was with the new sofa in the room other than to say it looks gray and brown during the day. Now I know that many of the undertones in the room are orange beige, which I love, but unfortunately, the new sofa has taupe undertones. We don't want to paint the walls right now. They're painted Benjamin Moore Devon Cream, and so I'm assuming I need to find an orange beige fabric for the sofa. Is that correct? I don't want to make any more expensive mistakes. So there are a few things that we need to talk about in order to fix this room. Number one, the paint color is a yellowy, creamy color, and you won't find an upholstery fabric that's going to directly be a match to that. Most upholstery now is grays, taupes, all the world of the gray trend that's been around for the last 15 years. So if you want to keep the existing paint color, you actually then need to introduce a color to the room. So we're going to talk about that plan first. Secondly, the rug is dated. It's probably in the world of 80s or 90s. The strong black formal tones of the rug don't relate to anything in the room other than the black framed art, and that's just not enough. And then there are too many pieces of furniture that are unrelated to the color palette. It looks like they were bought as we went along and as they were needed. And let's be clear, this is a common mistake that people make. Without a plan, you just go shopping for that piece of furniture that you need. And the problem with upholstery shopping is that it's all pretty generic unless you order something custom. And then that gets to be more expensive. If you don't have a plan, you just can't even wrap your head around doing that. So before we launch into my color suggestions for this room, I just want to talk about carpets for a second. I've been in many homes over my 25-year career where people are hanging on to their old and dated rugs because they were really expensive back in the day. But the price of area rugs has come down quite a bit now that we can buy them online. It's a lot easier and more accessible. And the way to learn how to actually buy an area rug for your living room, really, you need to create a mood board. I'm back to, you need to have a plan. I've posted the link below of my Shop Online course, which is an easy to digest 3-module course that will right away get you off and running to creating a plan for your living room. So we often work with what's dated and what's old just because we don't know what to replace it with. So the first thing that isn't working about this room is the new sofa makes it look like new sofa, old furniture. It's hard to bring in something this big and have the room look fresh if you don't update other pieces. So I'm recommending bringing in like a off-white chair and ottoman, for example. And the sofa should be a color. So let's just play with me for a second. We need a new area rug, so I've found one here. And if we're going to keep the yellowy, creamy wall color on the walls, I'm suggesting a salmon-colored sofa. This room also needs drapes, and they're easy to find. Something ivory off the shelf from any big box store will make a huge difference. Just make sure that you install them 12 to 15 inches past the window on both sides so that the curtains stack against the wall and not against the window. And then a pretty blue chair would relate to the sofa. We add some cushions to match and a gourd lamp. And now we've used my color balancing method, which is so easy once you learn how the system works. I teach that in my 2-day workshops coming up this fall. I'll include the links below. Last thing is just that one solid piece of art looks a little unbalanced over top of the sofa. It would look better with a gallery wall. So I would bring in some other pieces from the other walls and maybe introduce some lighter, fresher pieces to create a gallery wall, which is a much prettier focal point for this room. Now it's become a room we want to hang out in. Now, if you don't want to replace the sofa, because now we've got other things we need to buy, so in actual fact, it would be cheaper just to paint the walls. So I would suggest a taupe greige from my Killam color system, available at the back of either one of my 2 ebooks. So I would recommend 2 taupe greiges from my system, either Benjamin Moore's Fossil or Sherwin-Williams Pacer White. So now your walls will look creamy and still warm while relating to your sofa. So you will no longer have this clean and dirty effect that you have right now because the paint color is wrong. And I would still recommend updating the room with a new area rug and new accessories and pillows, but at least the right wall color with the right undertone will make it less of an emergency to switch out your sofa while you work to update the room. And join me this fall for a 2-day live workshop, either in person or virtually. I'm going to be in Dallas and right outside of Vancouver, close to my house, where you can learn the color balancing method, which is a little bit of what you learned today when we were adding blue accents to the room. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you next time.